Merry Christmas, everyone. Hope everybody had a great Christmas out there today so far. Hope everybody continues to stay safe and well, and also enjoy the weather, because it's the only weather you got. Okay, in today's video, we're going to be talking about your forecast for Tuesday and Wednesday. Also, take a look at the weather radar across the nation. Also, we're going to take a look at the Watches Warning Advisory map. Also, we're going to take a look at the Storm Prediction Center outlook for the next couple of days. And also, we're going to take a look at the snowfall total across the lower 48. So I hope everybody enjoyed this video. Hope everybody watches it all the way through. Also, continue to stay safe and well. Also, like these videos, share these videos, and subscribe to my channel if you have not already. Try to get me up to 700 subscribers by January the 11th if somebody could help me get to that point. Alrighty, well, let's go ahead and get the show on the road here, folks, and we're going to dive on into the forecast now. Alright, as you can see here, we got quiet conditions over southeast, south, and southwestern Canada. Also back in the portion of, through Montana, back in the portion of California, Nevada, down to the Gulf of California, northern and central Mexico, through Texas, Louisiana, or Oklahoma, portion of Kansas, Colorado, back in the portion of North Dakota. Some dry conditions expected over New York State, down in toward the Delaware, Maryland vicinity, up toward Rhode Island and Connecticut, up toward Massachusetts, up toward Maine, New Hampshire, Vermont as well, also into New Brunswick, and also into portions of Newfoundland. Alright, as you can see here, we got thunderstorms and showers over the Florida Keys, Florida Keys up to the Carolinas, back into Alabama, Mississippi, portion of Louisiana. Shower activity from North Carolina all the way up toward the Great Lakes region, up toward Michigan and Wisconsin, also toward Lake Huron and Lake Superior as well, through Wisconsin, Illinois, Missouri, and Arkansas. Alright, we got some mixed precipitation up here in Iowa, back in the portion of Missouri, and also into Kansas. Also same up in toward Minnesota as well, with some freezing rain possible across Minnesota, through the Dakotas, into a portion of Iowa as well. Alright, we got heavy snow possible over South Dakota, back in the portion of Nebraska, snow flying in North Dakota, down into Kansas and Colorado and Wyoming. We got snow flying over here in portion of Washington and Oregon State, with mixed precipitation there as well, with some freezing rain possible over Washington, Oregon State. Shower along coastal areas from Washington, Oregon, and Northwest California as well. Alright, all of this activity is for your Tuesday, December 26th. Alright, here's your Wednesday forecast. You can see we got mixed precipitation over southeast Canada, back in the portion of northern Maine. Shower activity there as well, always stretching down into the Great Lakes region, also in the portion of Michigan, Indiana, back down towards southern Illinois, southeast Missouri, also into Tennessee, also in portion of South Carolina, all the way back up to Washington, D.C., Delaware, New Jersey, Rhode Island, Connecticut, Massachusetts, also into Maine as well, in portion of New Brunswick, and also into portions of Newfoundland. Mixed precipitation up here in portion of New York State, Pennsylvania, West Virginia, western North Carolina as well. More mixed precipitation over here in portion of Missouri, Illinois, back up to Wisconsin. Same in northern portion of Wisconsin, also northeastern Minnesota. Same from western Minnesota through South Dakota, all the way down into Nebraska. More mixed precipitation also expected over in portions of southern Canada, back in Washington State, Oregon, and Northwest California, and also along the Sierra Mountains of California as well. Alright, we got thunderstorms and showers down in the Gulf of Mexico, in the Atlantic Ocean, through the Bahamas, northern Cuba, central and southern Florida, Florida Keys, and back into the Gulf of Mexico. Thunderstorms and showers also along coastal areas of California, back up into Washington State, with showers in Washington State, back into California and the Pacific Ocean as well. Alright, all of this activity is for your Wednesday, December 26th. Okay, we're waiting to see if the weather radar coming up. Should be coming up here shortly, folks. Alright, you can see here's that winter storm going on out west from Kansas back up to South Dakota. Shower activity from portions of Minnesota through Wisconsin, Chicago, down to Ohio, down toward the Atlanta metro area of Georgia, through South Carolina, down into the Florida region. We got some down towards Havana, Cuba, with shower and storms in your area, and also down toward Miami, Florida, and also, like I said, eastern Alabama as well. On the backside here from North Dakota back into Kansas toward Denver, this is snow blanket in the area, blizzard condition. We'll be talking about that in a few minutes in the Watches Warning Advisory map. Also, we got some shower activity and mixed precipitation over around Vancouver, down to Seattle, Washington, also into Oregon and Northern California, with more shower activity along coastal areas of California up to Washington State. All right, let's move on to the Watches Warning Advisory map for your locating across the nation. Alright, you can see here we got some dense fog advisories up here from Connecticut all the way down through Boston area, Massachusetts region, through portion of eastern Philadelphia region, also Pennsylvania, also down toward Washington, Delaware, New Jersey vicinity area as well. Also we got some special weather statements for portion of New York State, flood watches in effect for western North Carolina, upstate South Carolina as well. Coastal flood advisory along coastal areas of South Carolina. We still got those we got special marine warnings down here south of the Florida Keys with our small craft advisory storm warnings. That's what I'm trying to get to now. From up here from Virginia all the way down to the Florida Keys and a little bit up in west coast of Florida, Big Bend, and southern areas of Florida around the Panhandle as well. Few flood warnings in effect for areas of the northern Florida region, eastern North Carolina. Few are still in the northeastern U.S. as well. Here's that blizzard warning in red, extending from the southern North Dakota through South Dakota, Kansas, and Nebraska region, with winter weather advisories in the purple from Kansas all the way back up to northern Minnesota. North Dakota as well. Winter storm warning is also in effect for a portion of western South Dakota. Also in the portion of Nebraska, eastern areas of Wyoming as well, with some winter storm warnings and winter weather advisories there as well. High wind warnings also in effect for portion of Colorado, with blizzard warning there as well. Air quality alert for portion of southern Arizona, southern California. Also winter weather advisories also in effect for you guys here in Washington, Oregon State, Idaho as well. Let's see, with purple, we have an ice storm warning here also in effect for South Dakota and North Dakota as well, portion of Montana, and one county over here in portion of Washington State. Alright, we have some high wind warnings also in effect for you guys in Oregon and Northern California. Wind advisories there as well, stretching down into Northern California with some flood warnings there as well. Storm warnings, small craft advisories, extending from up here at Washington State all the way down to the coastal areas of Southern California. Also, so we have some flood warnings also in effect for northwestern areas of Washington State. Hawaii and Chain Island, you look A-OK. Special weather statement for central eastern Alaska. Severe winter weather advisory for the north and around the coastal areas of Alaska. Still got some storm warning and also some small craft advisory there around the coastal areas of Alaska. Alright, now we're going to take a look at the Storm Prediction Center outlook for the next few days. As you can see here, we're going to show it like this. We got some general thunderstorms over South Carolina, Georgia, back down into Florida to the Florida Keys. This is for today and tonight, and again tomorrow. Over here from West Virginia down into South Carolina, maybe northeastern Florida, even North Carolina and Virginia, you're included as well. A little bit of activity along the outer banks of North Carolina. Maybe some general thunderstorm there as well for your Wednesday. Alright, day 4 through 8. Should look, probability to predictability is too low for any severe weather. So we ain't going to have to worry about that. Alright, snowfall totals over the next 16 days. As you can see, the heavy precipitation over southeast Canada, up into northern Maine, also up toward the northeastern United States, up toward the Connecticut region, stretching all the way back into the Great Lakes, also some over toward Minnesota, Wisconsin, and here's that winter storm going over here with a lot of snow falling from South Dakota, down into portions of Nebraska and Kansas, also Colorado, also back into Utah, and also into areas of Arizona, New Mexico, and in the Sierra and Rocky Mountains of the west coast, western portion of the United States, then back into southwestern Canada. Some heavier amounts of snow also from West Virginia down in western North Carolina, eastern Tennessee. The model's trying to sniff out something here across South Carolina later in the run. I would not take this. I would only take this with a grain of salt because I figure the next run it will change pretty much. Same in Tennessee as well, and even there Texas as well. So pretty much a snow line, pretty much probably from the mountains of California down in Arizona, North Texas, maybe over to western North Carolina, and then into the mountains. Pretty much south of that line. you're probably not going to see any snowfall at this time. As we go into January, that may change, so we'll continue to monitor that. But if not, we may have a chance in February for some snow in the southeast. But I'll continue to monitor that as well. Alright, hope everybody enjoyed this video. Hope everybody continues to stay safe and well. Also enjoy the weather, because it's the only weather you've got. Like these videos, share these videos, consider subscribing if you have not. We'll catch you back in the next video. So have a wonderful, wonderful Christmas evening, and have a great Tuesday as well.